Wow.
I think a lot of it depends on who's playing quarterback, Jay, and that's where we're going next.
Yeah,
Kevin Stefanski earlier this week announced that despite the signing of Bailey Zappi, Shedeur Sanders will be the third quarterback, the emergency quarterback, at least in week 1. But earlier in the YouTube show today, Jay, you said you had an interesting theory about the Bailey Zappi signing. So fill us in on why you think the Browns brought Bailey Zappi back into the fold.
I think it's very simple. First of all, I don't know that you need a fourth quarterback. I don't think you need one on the practice squad.
No.
I mean, if most teams are in a spot where they're like, you know what, we're good with what we have. And what we'll do is, instead of tying up a practice squad spot, we'll work the waiver wire as needed if we get to that point.
Right.
To me, this screams what you touched on earlier, and that's what I planned to say in this segment was Joe Flacco is old and fragile. They know there's a very real possibility they could turn the page to number 2, Dylan Gabriel, before week 7. So if that's the case, that means Shedeur is a snap away. What happens if Shedeur is a snap away?
Right.
What they're telling you by this move is we think Bailey is the best available quarterback right now. And that landscape can change week to week. And we know how quickly quarterbacks go down in the first couple of weeks of a season.
Right.
Bailey will be scooped up by somebody as a safety net. We better get him because we're likely going to need one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. We don't know for sure that that's the reason, but that's
my theory.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
My theory is they think Shedeur is
why
not
else
ready
would you
for,
keep a fourth quarterback who in Bailey Zappi stinks?
Right, but he's probably the best available option.
I guess.
In that he's had experience and
he's
once
been
upon
here
a time
before.
threw for 300 yards against the Browns.
Most teams that keep a quarterback, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like usually when you see a third quarterback, a quarterback on the practice squad, it's because they only have 2 on the active roster.
Or it's a rookie that they don't want to expose.
Sure, fine. Well, but if you're on the practice squad, any team can sign him.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you put him on the 53-man roster.
You can elevate the rookie to your 3, and then you still need an insurance policy.
Right.
Because let's face it, most of the rookies that come into this league as 5th-round draft picks are not ready for the field.
No, that's true.
I mean, Kyle McCord was a 6th-round pick. He was cut.
Gone.
Did anybody pick him up?
He's on Philly's practice squad.
So nobody else wanted him, obviously.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't take him. Why not?
Yeah.
Get another rookie quarterback.
What do you think? Do you see any other reason they would
I
do
think
this?
there's merit to what you're saying. Kevin came out and said that Shedeur is the number 3 quarterback, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Right, easy to say that now.
Right,
yeah.
right. So, no, I think there's merit to it, and, hopefully we're not in that position because it means it's a sudden change. Joe got hurt.
Yeah.
But hopefully Zappi stays on the practice squad all year long. I don't want to see him. I'm good.
Yeah, no interest in watching Bailey Zappi.
Think about it. If we get to him, what that means our season is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because obviously, I think mission 1, maybe mission 1, 2, and 3 for this team is see what you got at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're putting Bailey Zappi out there,
you know
2
what you
things
have at quarterback.
Happened. Either they got hurt or they wiped out and were awful.
Yeah.
And now you're just trying to be respectable and not get blown out every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
that would be really bad. It would have to be Flacco hurt or ineffective, and then probably Dylan Gabriel getting hurt, because I can't imagine they'd bench him after like 2 weeks just for playing poorly.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't do that.
All right, that brings our A block to a close.